And title this message tonight, I'm not gonna compromise. Not gonna compromise. I'm not gonna compromise. Chapter 8. Chapter 8. Verse 1. The Bible says, and the Lord spake unto Moses, Go unto Pharaoh, and say unto him, Thus saith the Lord, Let my people go, that they may serve me. And if thou refuse to let them go, behold, I will smite all thy borders with frost. Be seated. Okay, this message that I'm preaching is actually covers chapter 8 and 10. And that was the 10 plagues sent on the Egyptians and Pharaoh. These are the plagues that God sent against the Egyptians because Pharaoh refused to let God's people go. And I'm telling you, even today, God is telling the devil, and Satan, the Pharaoh is representing Satan here. God's still telling the devil, you better let my people go. You better let my people go. I'm telling you, God allows what Satan does. Satan has no authority above what God allows. He will only allow him to take us so far or do just so much. And then he says, that's it. That's enough. Move away. Let my people go. 400 years he had kept the Egyptians in bondage. The Israelites in bondage. But that was a judgment of God passed on them. Because of their disobedience, they went into slavery for 400 years. 400 years in slavery because they were disobedient to God. They would not surrender to God. But now God has heard their cry, and He's going to get them out of slavery. He's going to set them free. Because they promised if He'll set them free, they'll serve Him. They'll do whatever He says. Making another deal with God. Not the first one they made. But God has said, okay, going to let you go. We're going to try. We're going to try. So He raised up a man named Moses that was raised in the house of Pharaoh and knew everything about the Egyptian people. He knew the inside scoop. And he was God's man, and this really gets me. He was God's man at this time. God appointed him. The Bible said that when God talked about Moses, He said, Moses, I'm going to make you God to Pharaoh. I'm going to make you God to Pharaoh. Because Pharaoh thought he was a God. But not only that, he said, Moses said, now God, you know I can't talk. You know I stutter. You know I can't talk plain. You know I can't talk plain. So he said, don't worry about that. I'll send Aaron with you. He'll be your prophet. You'll be God. He'll be your prophet. And He'll speak for you. Funniest thing to me is, I never heard or seen where Aaron said a word. Moses done all the time. But Aaron was sent by God. But that's neither here nor there in what I'm talking about tonight. Pharaoh, since God made this deal with the children of Israel, I'm going to let you go. I'm going to let you go. Now, when they heard that, joy filled their heart. Joy filled their heart. But I'm going to let you go. Remember when God let you go. Remember when God took the load, took your burden, took your pain. Remember when God let you go? Well, He said, I'm going to let you go. And they said, God, we'll serve only you. We'll follow you anywhere you lead us. Excuse me. So that's the deal between God and His people. Pharaoh said, okay, Moses. God put fear in his heart. Verse 19 of chapter 7, Pharaoh had turned the water into blood. And then in verses 1 through 14 in chapter 8, the frogs appeared. And then chapter 16 through 19, the lice came. And then the flies. And then by 8:25, chapter 8, verse 25, Pharaoh said, I tell you what, got a deal for you. I'll let you go. But, I'll let you go, but you can't go far. Stay in the land. I'll let you go. Pharaoh will allow the people to worship God. He insisted, however, that they do it inside of Egypt. Satan offers the same compromise for you today. Believers are called to a different life. The devil says, oh, just stay out in the world. Stay right here in Egypt. You can worship your God. You can play church. You can talk the lingo. You know what to say and how to act for an hour at a time. Just stay in the world. And that's what Pharaoh is telling Moses. Yeah, you worship your God, but you can't go far. I want you to stay inside of Egypt. In talking to us, Satan tells us, yeah, you serve your God okay, but don't you think you're going to come out of the world? I want you to stay in the world. You just bring the world in the church. You can just do the worldly things in the church. You can live like, act like, talk like, dress like. You can act like the world in the church. Pharaoh said, we got a deal? I think I'm going to let you worship your God. John 15 says Jesus is not of this world. John 17 said we are not to be of this world. Amen. There's deliverance from the world in Galatians 1:4. Moses said, I can't do it. Not going to do it. Pharaoh said, now wait a minute. Letting you worship your God. Do it your way. You can go and tell everybody to say. You can do all that stuff. And then, they won't nobody even hardly know any difference out there. I mean, you can get like, you can be like an undercover agent for God. You can be like godly on Sunday and raise hell on Monday. You can do that. And that'll work. And, no. Moses said we can't do it. That's not going to work. We cannot bring the world into the church. It never has happened. It's never supposed to happen. And it's happening. It's happening. The world, you can't tell the difference in the world and the church. And the church has become simply who can outdo who on entertaining the crowd. Have you got enough entertainment to keep everybody busy? You got enough blue flashing lights, smoke, guitars, people jumping off the stage, growing your hair like a weirdo, putting something in your nose, putting a feather in your tail, something in your ear, painting a stripe across yourself, going to do, you can do anything, man. No. No. Moses said we can't do it. We got to find somewhere to stand there. We got to quit giving We got to quit letting that line come on back. That's heavy. And ain't nobody knows it better than I do. Nobody knows it better than I do. I get in trouble with God. You may not know it, but you do too. You may not realize it, but we can't keep backing up off of this line that God has drawn. We cannot keep backing up off the line just to keep the numbers up. We can't keep just trying to keep the numbers up. That's not what God intends. So that's the first thing. That's the first deal that the devil offers you. Offers you. Because see, what we do is get saved and see how much of it we can keep. That's not supposed to be our heart about it. We're supposed to see how much we can get rid of the world and out of it. Out of the world. Don't listen. I want them to be pick me out in the crowd. If they see 100 people walking up there, I want them to look at me and say, well, hey, whoop, whoop. Watch that boy right there. He's one of the Christians, one of the weirdos. I'm telling you, he's one of them weirdos. Y'all better watch him. I want him to be able to always find me. Because the Lord God of mercy, if the Lord hollers rapture, I want him to know right where I'm at. I don't want him to miss and zip somebody out beside me and I'll be standing in the no. I want to keep it clear where I'm at. To the world, to myself, the devil, and to God. I'm over here, God. I ain't with the bunch. I ain't with them. Okay? That's what most said I can't do it because they get us too much into the world. Can't do it. Okay. We got another offer. In verse 8, or chapter 8, verse 28, he said, go this time, but don't go far. You can ride the fence. You could, stay in the church, in the world, in the church, in the world, in the world, in the church, in the church, in the world. You can stay on that line. You can live on the line. You don't have to get way off over there and separate yourself from the world that far. You can stand right by the line. And you can hop back and forth. Hop back and forth. Whatever suits you. But I'll let you go. It's not quite the real thing. You shall not go very far. Pharaoh only lengthened the chain. He said, I'll let you go, but I still got the chain on me. I still got control. And you've heard that before. People tell you, you done gone off the deep end. You just see about everything. You always just talking about God. It seems like every time I get close to you, you want to know something about God. You keep talking about Jesus. Man, you going too far. You done fell off the deep end. So don't carry the religion too far. First, don't start thinking you're better than me. Oh, that frustrates me when people accuse me of thinking I'm better than them because God said I can't go do something and I tell them I can't go do it. My Father said no. And they said, well, you just think you're better than me. I think I'm better than you. God said no. Amen. End of discussion. God don't discuss anything with me. He tells me what he wants and then step back and expect me to do it. That's it. There's no discussion with God. You say, God, can I go out and work? Can I stay on a longer chain? Can I just still play with them? No, you can't play with them no more. You can't get on the chain. You can't stay in Egypt. You got to get away from them. You got to totally separate. You got to stand somewhere, man. That's right. I had somebody in my office earlier this afternoon. Said, Brother Jimmy, I don't know what to do. And it's this, or it's this. Where's that line at? I said, it's right in front of you. And only you can decide. Will doing what you said you're going to do put you closer to God? Or if you do what they're asking you to do, will that put you further away? The only thing I can tell you is this. When you ask me where that line is, so you can make a decision. I'm telling you, if you're already into decision time, you're standing right by the line. It's right in front of you, and you got to decide. Thing I want to say is, I'm just glad you standing by the line. I'm glad you've moved that far in your Christian walk now. Now God wants to see what kind of metal you got. Let's see what you're made of. Let's see what you're made of. You see, God tests our metal all the time. You see, they ain't nothing. There ain't nothing you can do to get me to leave Vision Baptist Church. You ain't got nothing. You can set my hair on fire, man. Well, don't mess my hair up. Set your clothes on fire. Set my britches on fire. Don't mess my hair up, for goodness sake. And that'd be a shame to burn that thing. But listen to me. You can't make me leave Vision Baptist Church. You can't. Only God can. You can say whatever you want to about it. You can start whatever rumor you want to. You can listen to whatever you want, rumor you want to. You can do whatever you... It's not going to make me any difference. Until God says go, and then you can't stop it. See? Then that's the way we all ought to be. All you that are here at Vision Baptist Church, you ought to be here with at least that much metal. Amen. That much iron until you say, you know what? Sounds good, but I ain't going for it. I'm staying here. The devil just starts making deals with you just like he is right here with these. He said, go, but don't leave Egypt. Go, but don't go too far. You can go right on the outside of Egypt, but don't get too far off out there. Don't you get too far out in the world. I mean, out in the church. Number 3 is this. He said, you can go. You can go. Chapter 10, verse 8. You can go, but let's leave your family and your cattle and stuff here. You men folk, y'all leave the wife and youngest here. Can't do it. Can't do it. God, listen to me. You cannot tell me that God separates a man and a woman and signs off on him going to church over there and her going to church over here. That ain't right. I've heard people try to tell me that. I said, that's stupid. You know better than that. God's not going to send her over yonder, you over here. He put y'all together to become one. Now, God's not going to put up with that. He's not going to sign off on that. Oh, he already did. God's okay with it. I mean, he's fine. No, man. That's foolishness. That's crazy. But people try to talk themselves into it. Pharaoh said, all right, y'all will go. But your families are going to stay here. So more plagues has got to come before Pharaoh will offer again. God told him he's going to send more plagues on him. He sent the bulls. They were covered from head to toe with bulls. All the Egyptians. Hail beat the land to pieces. I mean, hail come, ruined all the crops. They didn't have any crops left. Killed most of the livestock. Done everything, just destroyed everything except in Goshen. I told you about the Goshen. This place that God protected. Didn't one piece of hail land inside the borders of Goshen. But it destroyed all that Pharaoh had. He said, you go, but leave your families. Moses said, I can't do it. It's not going to work. I got to carry my family with me. I got to carry my family with me. Or I'm not. No. God's going to have to put a few more plagues on him. And then he's going to have to carry him to the point of the Passover lamb. When God killed all the firstborn of Egypt with the death angel. But that's what's coming if he don't let them go. He said, okay, here's another deal. Go, take your family, but leave your stuff. Leave all your stuff here. All your cattle, all your livestock, all your buildings, all your homes, all the things, all that, all your treasures, all your clothing, all that. Leave all that here. Y'all run out there, do your little worship thing, come on back. Everything will be right here, just like it was when you left. Leave your possessions with me. I'll take care of them. Moses said, he said, Pharaoh, we can't do it. Not leaving my stuff that God gave me, not leaving it for you to have. God said it was mine. God blessed me. I'm not leaving without my family, and I'm not leaving without my stuff. And I like the phrase that Moses put in there. He said, I'm going to tell you what. Matter of fact, I'm taking my cattle, my sheep, my donkeys, my camels. He said, you know what? I ain't leaving a hoof. He said, I ain't leaving a hoof. It's all going with me. Hey? Yeah, devil, I'm telling you now. I ain't leaving a hoof. I ain't leaving a hoof. We got to stand somewhere. We got to stand somewhere. And listen to me. The storms will come. I'm telling you, the storms will come. You want to go to one of those churches where they don't have any? There's not any. Unless you compromise to keep the storm from coming. And there's certain things you can't do just to keep the storm from coming. Sometimes you got to stay what? You know what? You better get your slipper suit when we stay in. You better put your plastic on because we stay in. Hell or high water, we're going to be right here. That's where we got to get in our life on everything that we do. Why? Because the devil's going to test you on every one of them. You better get a relationship with those kids so you can talk to them. You know, the devil, he has tried to destroy that relationship to where now every time you say something, you just roll your eyes and go to another room. Right? He'll just roll his eyes and walk out. You better take care of that down here. How about this? You're not going to take care of it up here. Ain't nobody know that better than me. And nobody know that better than me. You better take care of it down here. Because you can't do nothing up here. More now than ever before. Because that puts you in jail now. If you try to raise your kids up here. Your kids will attack you now. I'm not crazy. I know what I'm talking about. They have been programmed another way. This generation has a different hard drive than you got. They got a whole different set of programs than them that you don't have in you. They think things that you never would, God have mercy, thought that a child that came out of your loins could ever think it. They'll think it. They'll say it. They'll do it. Things that you would not believe. Our fault. Don't throw off on them. Your fault.
Right.
Don't throw off on them. Because you didn't want to parent them. But you want to send them to somebody else. You just want to have fun. And the whooping time. And the correcting and the discipline. You didn't want to do none of that. Well, you can't get out of that. That's the only reason they'll give to you. Because God said, don't let them grow up. Raise them up. And that's what we're facing right now, the chickens are coming home to roost. Right? And there's been a generation born that knew not God. That knew not God. It was the parents' fault. Our country now knows not God. They deny the existence of God. Our children, without our help, they're not even sure there is a God. That's right. Amen. Without your help, they're not even sure there is a God. Well, I can't. Well, buddy, you better. Because God gave them to you. And He expects you to do it. I want to ask you this. If your kids learn how to do right, where are they going to learn it from besides you? You think the world's going to teach them? You think the school's going to teach them? The school just barely is keeping its nose above water now. They're fixing to have armed guards go in there with the teacher to even teach a class. That's a fact. We ain't looking very far off that the teachers are either going to have an armed guard with them, or they're going to have to arm themselves, or they won't be able to make it through a class. Because the kids will take them out. I know what I'm talking about. I'm telling you, I know what I'm talking about. And wouldn't it be a shame if we raised something like that? We raised something like that. Well, it ain't my fault. It's mine. It's mine. And it's yours. Everything. I know that there's a place that they come to in their life out there that you don't have a control anymore. But if you've done what you're supposed to from here on up, it'll come back to them. God will bring them back home. He'll get them. He'll bring them back. But if you didn't teach them nothing down here, there's no place but hell for them to go. They can only go to hell because you didn't teach them how to get to heaven. Go, but don't go. Stay in the land. Go, but don't go too far. Don't get all churchy on me. Go, but leave your wife and kids here. Go, but leave your possessions here. I'm leaving. My God's able to deliver me. And I'm telling you tonight, the death angel is passing over. And those that are under the blood, those that have had the doorpost painted with the blood of the Lamb, He's going to pass over everybody else. He's going to take them out. He's going to take them out. One other thing, I know why God wants me to say this, but I will. Don't make that child your God. You're not raising them to stay. You're raising them to go. Amen. Remember that. You're raising somebody's wife. Amen. You're raising somebody's husband. Amen. And look what you fixed to turn loose on them. You know how they are. And you're going to let that poor boy walk into that thing blind as a bat. And he don't know she done broke teeth. She will bite you. And girls, same thing. And mama's boys, you better watch them. You don't have to be a time. You got to break that mama boy thing. Amen. Amen. And when it's time there, you have to look at it. Mama's gone. You're going to have to stand up by yourself. Well, I can't pay my light bill. Let's go to my mama. Don't go to mama. Mama can't hardly pay her light bill, much less your light bill. When you get raised off, you pay your own light bill. Crazy thing. Don't that sound weird? You got to pay your own light bill, even in January when it's $600. I was about ready to go down the hill, see if I could live in the Cochran house and just pay the rent. I couldn't pay the light bill. $600. And you know what? The light company don't care. They do not care. They just doing their job. But there's nobody here I can kill. Oh, I just got reminded there is somebody in the church we can hold responsible for that. I ain't gonna call his name, but I'll let you sort it out. And if you want to take him out, take him out. But he may help us a little bit. Forgot about that. Man. Amen. So if you can't pay your light bill, go to him. He can supplement your light bill. Amen. Brother Bill's one of them electric devils. He's one of them electricity people. I know there was something I didn't like about it. I just hadn't found it yet. Now I know what it is. He's one of them electricity people. Amen. Time, listen to me. From now until Jesus gets here, it's time to stand up and tell the devil no. This is what the world's going to do. They can't do anything. They can't do anything to us God doesn't allow them to do. And I'm telling you, wherever God tells you to stand, stand there. Amen. People will come, people will go. Stand there. Because God's coming. Amen. You don't need to be moving around. You need to stick your feet deep in the ground and say, no, sir. Standing here. And Moses said, no. We're going to go for the whole ball of wax, and we ain't leaving a hoof. We're taking everything with us. You know what he did? He took everything they had, the Israelites, and then the Egyptians brought everything they had and gave to them. They took it all of it out. They took it out theirs and the Egyptians. They come piling all their treasures, all their garments, all their gold and silver. They said, please, take everything we got and go. Pharaoh had a big change of heart. He said, you not only can go, I'm going to pay you to go. I'm going to pay you to go. But I don't want you to stay here any longer. God will show up. Times will get hard. Things will come about. Things are going to happen. And when you serve God, most of y'all in here have been serving God long enough to know that it's the truth. Things happen. People come, people go. God never changes. God will deliver you and me as long as we stand where He says stand. The rest of it don't matter. Let God tend to that. And you just stand where God tells you to stand. Let's stand right now. We'll do this minute, Father, as we close. God, help us not, God, to compromise. Lord, let us not give up anything. Lord, let us stand upon your word. Let us stand true to what we say. God, help us. Help our people. Lord, the devil's running wild. He just having a heyday. But God, bind him. Thank you, God, for what you do for us. Let us see folks saved. Thank you, God, for our young people. We love them so much. God, in the future, if you don't come, depends on them. Listening to the word. reading the Word, applying the Word to their life, God. Because, God, we're not going to be here forever. And you may not come before I leave. Lord, let us impart into their lives. And let us see folks saved in Christ's name. Amen.